Red Sea shipping route, a vital artery for global maritime trade, is under siege. Houthi militants, as a spillover from the Israel-Hamas conflict, have been launching relentless attacks on merchant vessels, disrupting international commerce and endangering lives. Despite efforts by the US-British coalition and other navies to curb these assaults, the situation is escalating, threatening world trade and setting up a dangerous precedent.
One of the busiest shipping routes in the world has been under attack for the past 4 months, a spillover of the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. The impact of the attacks by Houthi militants on merchant vessels passing through the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden are now impacting economies around the global south, causing major disruptions in companies' chains of production. On 19th November, Houthi terrorists hijacked a commercial ship in the Red Sea, and since then they have been launching dozens of missile and drone attacks on ships, some of which have caused serious damage. The Houthi attacks are disrupting international trade on the shortest shipping route between Europe and Asia. The attacks have pushed several commercial vessels passing through the Suez Canal and the Bab al-Mandeb Strait to take an alternative and much longer route around South Africa's Cape of Good Hope, causing major changes and delays. In recent days, the threat to the globally important shipping route has further intensified as the attacks are expected to rise in the coming days.
The naval forces and the air force of the Yemeni armed forces carried out 2 specific military operations. The first operation targeted the American ship Propel Fortune in the Gulf of Aden with a number of suitable naval missiles, while the second operation targeted a number of American war destroyers at the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden with 37 drones. The 2 operations successfully achieved their goals.
Despite reprisals from the US-British coalition and other navies, the Houthis have escalated their campaign of attacks on commercial vessels in one of the world's busiest shipping lanes.
The United States will continue to hold the Houthis accountable for their attacks, which have not just disrupted international commerce, not just disrupted the freedom of navigation in international waters, and not just endangered seafarers, but now tragically killed a number of them.
The Red Sea shipping route contributes to about 15% of global maritime trade, and the attacks have an impact on almost all of us in many ways. From the auto industry to logistics, energy companies to fashion retailers, the impact of these attacks on the shipping route is being felt all over the world. Major auto companies like Suzuki and Tesla have reportedly announced the suspension of certain production operations in Europe owing to a lack of components. Energy brands like Qatar Energy and Valero Energy have temporarily paused all transits through the Red Sea. US-UK-based retailers have been struggling with spring and summer fashion deliveries if shipments aren't swiftly rerouted. The threat to global trade resulting from the attacks on the merchant vessels became starker after 3 sailors died after attacks on a Barbados-flagged bulk carrier True Confidence. Meanwhile, a Belize-flagged Lebanese-operated merchant vessel Ruby Mar sank in the Red Sea, along with 21,000 metric tons of fertilizers on board, which now poses a grave threat to the environment and region. The attacks on the merchant vessels have been a spillover of the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, which is showing no signs of truce in the coming days. As global navies scramble to contain these threats, the spectre of maritime insecurity looms large, posing a threat to the struggling economies of the region and impacting almost all of the global south.